have any bad communication habits? I bet you do. We all do. Yes, even a communication coach like me. I mean legitimate bad habits, not just the things that my teenage kids tease me about. Recently, I caught myself saying, right? A lot. Like I was asking you, the listener, whether you agreed with me. Right? Right? That might be okay once or even twice an episode, but it was becoming repetitive and annoying. So I stopped that. And then I caught myself saying, you guys, instead of everyone. Oops, that is not good. I guess that's the good thing about having a podcast. You can listen to yourself and watch yourself on YouTube and immediately catch your bad habits. What about you? What are your bad communication habits? Here's the thing. These bad habits can be annoying or distracting, or even worse, they can undermine your credibility, and that is not a good thing. Particularly if you're ambitious, which I'm guessing you are because you're listening to this podcast. So, in this episode, I'm going to share 10 bad communication habits that undermine your credibility and what you can do instead. Are you ready?
Let's do this. Let's talk about talk.
Welcome to Talk About Talk podcast episode number 187. 10 bad habits that undermine your credibility and what you can do instead. If you are a regular listener to the Talk About Talk podcast, welcome back. If you're a new listener, welcome. Please subscribe so you can continue to learn new and improved communication skills from me and from the guest experts that I interview. My name is Dr. Andrea Wojnicki. Please just call me Andrea. I coach ambitious executives like you to communicate with confidence and credibility. I hope you'll check out the talkabouttalk.com website to learn more about me and what I do, including one-on-one coaching, corporate workshops, and lots more. I also have a free communication coaching newsletter, and you can find all of this on the talkabouttalk.com website. Okay, let's jump right in. 10 bad communication habits that undermine your credibility and what you can do instead. My suggestion here is that you listen to this list of 10 bad communication habits one by one, listen to them one by one, and ask yourself, is this something that I do? You could even ask your friends or colleagues or maybe even your boss. They might be impressed that you're focused on self-improvement. To make it easy for you to track the 10 bad habits, I created a helpful checklist that you can download right now for free. It lists the 10 bad habits and it summarizes the fixes. I encourage you to use this list as a self-evaluation tool so you can rate yourself and decide where you can focus first. You can find it at talkabouttalk.com/bad habits or by clicking on the link in the episode show notes. Okay, let's get into this. Bad habit number 1 is using weak, apologetic language. You know the moments you start tentatively with, this might be a dumb idea, or you sheepishly ask, sorry, can I just add something? What this sounds like is hesitation before you even begin. And what it does is it undercuts your authority. I have a hack for you to help you diagnose whether you use weak, apologetic language. Create a transcript of a meeting when you spoke and scrutinize the transcript for apologies or weak language. Search for the words sorry or maybe or any kind of permission seeking. And instead of apologizing or hedging, you need to start strong. Eliminate qualifiers. Replace I think with I recommend. Eliminate sorry, unless of course an apology is warranted. Swap maybe for silence. Replace disclaimers with confident framing, like, here's one idea to consider. Rather than filling space with uncertainty, embrace the power of a silent pause. So that's the first bad habit, using weak or apologetic language. The second bad habit is upspeak. Do you know what upspeak is? It's when you end a sentence with an upward inflection. So instead of saying something like this, you say it like this, asking a question, even when it's not a question. By ending statements as questions, you project uncertainty. You signal that you're seeking approval. And I have to tell you, I am noticing more and more upspeak with my clients. And not just young women, which is the stereotype for Upspeak, but more mature women and men as well. The good news, though, is that once you know you're doing it, Upspeak can be a relatively easy thing to fix. I encourage my clients to draw a big question mark on a piece of paper and then put a big X through it, as in no questions. Then tape the paper to their desk or their keyboard to remind them to stop using Upspeak. Instead, land your ideas with intention. Sure, maintain a collaborative tone, but let your final word carry authority so your audience hears confidence, not doubt. Got it? Okay, moving on to bad habit number 3, rambling, or as one of my clients likes to call it, epic storytelling. We've all been there, speaking or rambling without pauses, unaware that everyone's eyes are glazing over. Rambling suggests disorganization and can alienate listeners who feel like their time isn't being valued. Interestingly, at least interesting to me, I've noticed that it is the more senior executives whom I coach who identify this rambling problem as something that they're seeking help with. It seems like earlier in our careers, we need to speak up. And then as we become more senior and establish our leadership positions, we need to speak with brevity and precision. So, the antidote I suggest for rambling is structure. My first suggestion is that you start with a headline. Suspense is overrated in business communication. Leave the suspense for novels and movies. Start with your main point. Here's what I recommend. Then say something like, there are many reasons why this is the best option, but let me share 3. Then list your rationale. 1, 2, 3. And everyone's following along. Tighten your narrative. Use clear transitions and ensure that every sentence earns its place. And while you're doing that, watch for facial expressions, energy shifts, and signals that it's time for you to pause or pivot. Okay, moving on. Bad habit number 4, using excessive filler words. Filler words like or like, or ending your sentence with right, like I've done. These filler words can distract your audience. Why does she keep saying like? Does she know that she says that word way too much? Suddenly people are listening for your filler words instead of listening to the substance of your main point. Filler words dilute your message and they project uncertainty. I used to encourage people to identify their filler words by reading a transcript of their speech. But unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, the AI that creates transcripts often omits filler words now. So instead, I encourage you to watch or listen to yourself. You might also pair up with a trusted colleague at work who can gently flag your fillers in real time. This is super helpful. Awareness is the first step to elimination. Okay, now bad habit number 5, lack of eye contact. When you avoid eye contact, whether by staring at your notes or glancing at your screen during a Zoom call, or by looking away midpoint, you risk appearing disengaged or unsure, or even shifty. Eye contact builds trust. We trust those who use direct eye contact. In person, I encourage you to lock eyes with individuals for a couple of seconds at a time. If you're in an online meeting, I do encourage you to look directly into your camera lens, especially when you're making your most important points. Connection and trust is everything. We're halfway through now. We've covered bad habit number 1, using weak apologetic language. Number 2, using Upspeak. Number 3, rambling or not communicating with precision. Number 4, using excessive filler words. And number 5, a lack of eye contact. Bad habit number 6, monotone delivery. A flat voice makes even smart ideas sound boring, uninspired, or insecure. We've all witnessed the anxious presenter walk up to the podium and read her speech with a nervous, monotone delivery. Yes, by the way, that was an autobiographical comment. Yes, that was me. Anyway, here's the thing. Vocal variety is your friend. So, vary your tone, your cadence, and your volume. Emphasize key words. Use deliberate pauses. Think about how you read a children's book to a bunch of kids to keep them engaged. It's the same idea. Vary your tone, your cadence, and your pitch. Dynamic range is what you're looking for. Dynamic range engages listeners and reinforces your credibility. Bad habit number 7, allowing yourself to be interrupted. Here's what you need to know about interrupting. Interruptions are all about power. If your boss interrupts you, that's fine. People expect it, and frankly, they might not even notice it. But if it's a peer or a subordinate interrupting you, you lose respect and credibility. And that's when you need to politely reclaim the floor with something like, "I'd love to hear your thoughts right after I finish mine." Deliver it in a calm, steady tone, and you'll reassert your expertise without creating conflict. Okay, bad habit number 8, over-reliance on corporate jargon. Phrases like, "Let's ideate a scalable value-added solution." This may sound impressive if you're half listening, but if you really listen, it sounds ridiculous. Jargon creates distance and it feels performative. Your audience craves clarity, not buzzwords. So swap jargon for everyday language. Ideate is brainstorm. Scalable is growth. Value-add solution is benefit. You might test your phrasing on a non-expert friend. If they nod, you're speaking clearly. If they hesitate, you probably need simpler terms. So speak like a human. Clear language adds credibility and connection. We are almost done our list here. Bad habit number 9, deflecting tough questions. When you dodge hard questions by changing the subject or offering vague answers, you signal evasiveness, and trust erodes fast. So instead, just own the question. You might even acknowledge it with gratitude. "That's a great question." Don't say that too often, though. Say it when you mean it. Then share what you know and commit to follow up if needed. Honesty builds trust and, again, credibility. Now, the last bad habit. Bad habit number 10, projecting confidence without warmth or a growth mindset. Okay, here's the thing. All else equal, confidence is usually a good thing. But pure confidence can also come across as cold. Confidence without warmth or a growth mindset, confidence without openness, can sound very arrogant. The secret is pairing confidence with care. Use people's names, smile when appropriate, and express genuine curiosity. This is a big one. Say something like, "I'm interested in hearing your take on this." Model a growth mindset by admitting you're still learning and by inviting collaboration. Confidence plus connection is an unbeatable combination. And that's it. That went by so fast. There is a lot to process here. So I encourage you to go to talkabouttalk.com/bad habits to print your checklist. It lists these 10 bad habits and summarizes the fixes that I just ran through. I encourage you to use this as a self-evaluation tool so you can rate yourself and decide where to focus first. All 10 of these bad habits are things that you can fix. Overcoming these bad habits will help you improve your credibility and ultimately achieve your career goals. Again, you can find the list at talkabouttalk.com/bad habits or by clicking on the link in the episode show notes. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the Talk About Talk podcast and leave us a review. I really appreciate it. And if you know of anyone with bad communication habits, do them a favor and forward this episode to them. All right, that's it. Thanks for listening and talk soon.